What is going on, lads? Jack here and welcome to episode 88 of the Road to Glory, here with FC United of Manchester. Last episode, if you missed it, we played in the Champions League first leg against Real Madrid. If you didn't see that video, as always, go check it out. I know there's going to be one badass person who doesn't go and check it out and just watches this all the way through. And to you, sir, I say, you are not very cool. But anyway, let's get straight into today's episode. This episode, we're going to cover the Chelsea game, which is in the Premier League, and you'll notice that we've had a little bit of a pick-up in form since that Real Madrid game. Obviously, we did lose in the first leg 3-1 and then come back in the home leg to win 2-1, which saw us go out, oh god, I'm trying to work out it on aggregate. It saw us go out 4-3 on aggregate, so that wasn't great. But on the back of that kind of win at home against Real Madrid, I really wanted to keep the momentum going and kind of really pick up the form in the league. And to be honest, we have done that over the time. We got a fantastic result really to kick off everything, and that was a 5-1 win at home to Southampton, who were one of our rivals kind of pushing for the Europa Cup spots. So it was kind of really vital that we beat them here, and we actually were 4-0 up after 27 minutes and 3-0 up after 11 minutes. We came out the blocks flying, played absolutely superbly, ridiculously clinical in front of goal, and it was really good to see Reginaldo grab a hat-trick, because he has had a little bit of a slow start at the club, but he is starting to get there now, which is really good to see. As you can see, he's only got 3 goals in 13 games, but those 3 goals all coming against Southampton. Obviously, it was important for him to get some goals, and that really set him off in good stead. Following this, we got a draw against Reading, which I was happy with the draw, but based on kind of our performance against Southampton, and particularly the way in which we bossed this game, it was disappointing really. It was really down to just poor kind of finishing by our attacking players in the final third. Boccal, the only player out of kind of our 4 attacking players to get above a 7 average rating for the match, which really kind of, I guess, highlights and identifies what really went wrong for us that game. So on the back of that, I did want to get a win, and we did get a win. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep a clean sheet like we did against Reading, and we did win 2-1 against Sunderland. Again, this was a fairly 50-50 game. This game, we were somewhat fortunate, but again, Boccal, a really standout performer for us. Garfield Thompson came up big, and as always, Pablo and Benitez at centre-half, and then the back 4 really as a whole were just really solid for us. It was a little bit of a shame, as I said, to not keep a clean sheet. We did concede in the 91st minute, but still a 2-1 win away from home against Sunderland was a very nice result to take, and it was also our first away win since Leicester at the start of the year in 3rd of January, so nice to get that kind of, I guess, win under our belt 4 months after our previous away win. Following on from this, we turned the screw and really played absolutely insanely against Derby. We limited them to long chances. Sheko had a good game this game, which was nice to see. Back 4 as always, Pablo and Benitez playing well. Semper got man of the match. Sergio Semper, he's been superb for us again. The beast with 1 heading. This year, 22 games, 7.43 average rating in the league. He's been superb for us, he really has. He's been a bit of a rock at the back. He's missed a few games through injury, but bar that, whenever he's been fit, he's been playing every game, and he's been a real kind of solid player for us. Unfortunately, following the kind of good pick-up in results, we took a bit of a knock to our confidence here against West Ham. We actually took the lead in this game before throwing it away and conceding 3 goals in the space of 15 minutes. This game really just came down to, I don't know, again, we didn't really finish the chances that we did create, and that's kind of identified by the poor performances by our players. Samper got man of the match again this game. Garfield Thompson had another good game to remember, but all in all, we couldn't really rely on our 2 defensive midfielder players to play well to win a game. You have to have standout performances by your centre-backs or your full-backs or your keeper, and again by your players in the final third. So looking at the tactic which I am now running with, I know against Real Madrid I played with Boccal at centre attacking mid. I've now started playing him in a centre mid role. I feel as if he fills the void there, and with Samper and Thompson behind him, he kind of has free roam of this midfield area, ready to roam and, be that playmaker who just kind of wanders the pitch and finds the space for us. He's kind of that free spirit in the centre. It's good to see our form pick up, of course. injuries are no longer a problem for us, which is another really good thing to see. And all in all, Samper and Thompson have been playing really solidly at centre defensive mid, and they're both playing really well. And it's helping us. It's what's kind of driven us to wins. These guys really protecting the back four, allowing Stewart and Farias to push up the wings and kind of do stuff with the ball. Speaking of our fullbacks, we are kind of suffering from some problems in terms of kind of contracts running out. Obviously, the two low knees contracts run out. Sam Vokes' runs out, but I'm probably just going to let it run out. He came in to be a Champions League homegrown player to be registered. He's not really played for us, so there's not much point in having him here. A few players of note to kind of see whose contracts run out next year. Benitez is running out and he is unhappy at the moment, so there's a chance he might be leaving in the summer, which is a bit of a shame, but looking at his value, I should be able to get some very good money for him. And then the other player we have is Farias, who is someone who I do really want to sign a new contract with, but at the moment his demands are a little bit too high, so I've got to wait until that gets sorted. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a shame to see that Benitez wants to go, but given his value, I should be able to recoup a lot of money and definitely make some money, on, I guess, in terms of what I paid for him when he first came. There's no real other players of significance, like first-team players whose contracts run out in the next 2 years, bar Benitez's and Farias's. Benitez is going to be a tough one to sort out as he's not interested in renegotiations, but I'm going to see if I can work some magic there. But all in all, I think things are looking fairly rosy now. We're in a position now in the league, thanks to our previous results and results around us, where we're in 6th. If we win today, we would go 5 points clear of Southampton, who are behind us with 2 games left. Admittedly, our last 3 games are against Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool, but a win today would give us a really good kind of, I guess, upper hand going into the last few games to get a place in Europe next year. I do also believe who is left in the FA Cup. That is what I should check, because of course you've got the Europa Cup. 7th place qualifies for the Europa Cup. 7th. Oh yeah, depending on the winners of the FA Cup and League Cup. So who won the League Cup? Man City won the League Cup and they're up there in the league, so that's good. Who's left in the FA Cup? West Ham or Everton. Okay, that's not great. We are going to have to finish 6th then, just because West Ham and Everton don't really stand a chance of finishing in the top 6. So it is vital now that we do kind of continue to perform well here and finish in the top 6. As I said, today we have Chelsea. They'll be looking for a win. They've kind of got the league slipping away from them now, but still, we're going to make a match of it here. It's going to be tough, as I've said. Chelsea are a very good side, of course. Looking at previous meetings, we've never beaten them. We've drawn 3 times to them, so maybe we can take something from that, but of course it's going to be tough against them. We are at home. We are playing with a near enough full-strength side, which is good to see. Hoping that Reginaldo can have a really solid game for us, but, we'll have to really just take things as they come here. Chelsea with their full-strength side, very solid team, you really can't argue with it. The likes of Andre Ayew, Oscar, Hazard, some really solid players there in the final third for us to deal with. So, hopefully we can just turn up here. A draw would be good. Looking at the last 3 games, of course, against Liverpool, Manchester United and Chelsea, we're going to need 4 points from those games, I believe, to really make sure we definitely have a spot in Europe next year. So I guess it's still in our hands, but given the kind of teams we've got left to play, it's going to be interesting to see how we kind of cope. And that's a poor mistake by Josimar, and then I guess Benitez as well, kind of at fault for that goal, missing the interception, and Chelsea take an early lead against us. So as I said, things are really in our hands. It's going to be tough, and I don't really know what Benitez has done there. That's really poor by him, by his standards. And then the keeper with another mistake. Those are the kind of mistakes that are going to cost you spots in Europe. Team have really got to up their games now. Looking at the stats, we're in control of the game and keeping the possession well. Well, that's good to see, but we do need to convert that into a goal or two. Looking like it's going to be 1-0 at the break unless they get a... Wow, I've just jinxed that so bad. Yeah, I have jinxed that really bad. 1 minute into added time at the end of the first half. Chelsea gain a second goal. Looking at the stats, we're just not getting the ball into the final third. I'm going to be mixing up the tactics at half-time as we need to be somewhat more direct with our play, I believe, and really try and craft out some more opportunities. We're completing our passes as well, which is good. I'm just going to tell them cautiously, show me something else in the second half. And then in terms of tactics, not going to do anything too kind of major. What I'm simply going to do is I'm going to knock up Sampa up to centre mid. Then we're going to play with Bockow as an attacking centre mid. I'm also going to bring on Shane Barney, as I believe he's the kind of player who can turn a game in our favour in this situation. Looking at the average ratings though, no one's really turned up for us. So just making some changes, going to change the shape a little bit. We'll see how this goes for the first 10 minutes. If we're not creating anything or we go down again, I'm obviously going to have to be more direct with our play. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there as the ball comes in. Josimar with a good little save. And now can we build something from the back? Probably not, it has to be said, but you never know. In fact, it looks like they're coming on the attack here. Obviously, our back four is fairly narrow here, as you'll see. And I've got to be kind of cautious of their wing-backs pushing forward like Cooper is right now. And kind of mark them out the game. They've just scored a goal there. That looked really offside. Like, unbelievably offside. I need to see a replay of this. Was this offside? Oh, whoever the left back was, just playing him on. You can see we've not created any chances, which is really disappointing to see. So now we have to really mix up our game, and really we've got to go for it. You know, there's not long left. Just going to be pushing up the field now, seeing if we can break down Chelsea. 3 goals in the second half is a big ask against any team. Against Chelsea, it's near impossible. So rather than shut up shop, because I know a lot of people at this point would probably just switch to defensive and try and, I guess, not do anything. I'm going to go for it. You know, I'm one of these people who I feel as if the best form of defence is just a really good attack and really press back the opposition. So we'll see what we can do here. Shane Barney collecting the ball. This is a nice little play here. Can we craft an opportunity? Glenn Stewart gets the ball and Barney's there. Good little header, good little goal. 3-1, maybe a very big outside chance. That's Barney's 10th goal of the season. A good goal by him. Good to see him make an impact off the bench. Obviously, Reginaldo's kind of struggled to settle into England despite the hat-trick he got against Southampton. So it's nice to know you've got the likes of Barney on the bench who you can still call upon to kind of come big for you when you need, I guess, a player to show up when it matters and grab you some goals. Not long left now, looking for a real miracle. 6 minutes left to change everything. It's probably not going to happen, but you never know. We'll just throw up some men and see what we can do here. Going to switch to a very attacking formation, just throwing everyone up. Kind of what you've got to do in this situation. We could be caught short at the back, or we could completely crowd them out for the last 2 minutes. Looks like nothing interesting is really going to happen here, and Semper gets injured to cap off what has been a really disappointing game. Wow, talk about bad luck, eh? I'm going to bring on Matty here for his little debut. The youngster, of course, young German centre back and centre mid. He has loads of potential, so giving him a minute run out, obviously it's not going to change his career, but it's kind of a good little positive, I suppose, we can take from the injury. Interesting to see us create a chance here, although it is going to go to waste, and that will be the full-time whistle. Chelsea win 3-1. Really disappointing by our team. I'm going to tell us we were unlucky. Everyone reacts well, of course. Looking at the stats, Chelsea deserved to win. They were simply the better side. With 2 games left, Southampton are 2 points behind us. In their last 2 games, where are Southampton? Let's see who they've got in their last 2 games. They have Aston Villa and Arsenal, so 2 big games for them. Obviously, Arsenal above us, so you'd expect them to beat Southampton. So a win in our last game would see us look fairly safe, although Spurs as well are the only other team who can challenge. In their last 2 games, they have Arsenal, Aston Villa and Leicester. So we really are relying on Arsenal to get some results kind of in our favour and do us, I guess, a favour in these final few games. Spurs also have a game in hand, which if they win, they'd go above us. So suddenly it looks like we might not even qualify for Europe, which is pretty difficult to take. So what I'm going to do, guys, is next episode will be the Manchester United game. Going to be interesting really to see how things shape up, obviously, with all the teams with games in hand. Before I forget, actually, a few little players just to tell you about that I got on the English Regen Day. We have Simon Bloss here from Middlesbrough. 16-year-old striker, very good little bit of potential, I believe, in this guy. And we also have DJ Watson, he's 16 now, he's only just turned 16, centre-back, really solid player, coming from Wolves, a real raw talent, and he has really decent mentals as well for a 16-year-old, so he's a player who I'm really excited to get in, and again, trying to build for the future with some English players. So anyway, guys, yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode as always. Obviously, disappointing to slip up against Chelsea. Our remaining 2 games are going to be really kind of tough challenges for us to get results out of. And even if we do get results, it might be it might not be enough to see us get back into Europe for next year in any form, which is pretty disappointing. But anyway, as I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, if you can leave a like, really helps me out. Going to be trying to get 3 videos out a day over this weekend. It's Friday today, so there'll be 1 more video up tonight. I hope you're looking forward to it. And other than that, guys, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.